And they're off. I hate doing do-overs. The last video I uploaded was actually the video before that. Google has been sending me bloatware, and I'll get to that. I just had to spend, 15, 20 minutes, and I'm nowhere near finished. I have to go through, and I've already got it set to delete, inactivate, and unused apps. I've got to go through and clean out. They actually sent me some freaking app that I've really got to. I was thought. Problem is, every time you let Google access your phone, they redo your settings. They've been allowing downloads without approval. I catch that little arrow coming down. Anyway. Attention, Pflugervillians. I'm sorry. Did I deliberately mispronounce Pflugerville as Pflugervillains? Okay. I'm on to you now, buddy. I'm going to try to get this in 10 minutes. Maybe I can compress what I did earlier, but what I did earlier was spontaneous, unrehearsed. This is rehearsed. I've already been through it once. I had a good YouTube channel going here, and it was taken off. It was, I could tell somebody was sharing a link, didn't know how, because it wasn't showing on my shares and stuff, and it was somebody just gave you away. And I hate modern communication because everybody's so used to speaking in fragments because of texting, etc. And when dealing with a complicated subject, sometimes my speech is somewhat fragmented because it's so complicated. I'm trying to compress it. I'm trying to compress a lifetime of knowledge into a 10, 15, 20-minute video. And I'll sound very fragmented when I speak because I'm not trying to, I'm trying to get a point across and not trying to just take you on the endless tangents that you need to know to understand fully a subject. And this subject revolves around, first, of why I deleted 8 videos that I liked. I had the 4th of July fireworks here in Pflugerville, made for kids. I had the first Pflugerville, this ain't Pflugerville. Welcome to Pflugerville, Texas. This ain't Austin. I liked that video. Then all of a sudden one night I was going past, I went to 1,000, 1,500 views. I could see that there were 40 or 50 different IPAs viewing at the same time. And I actually thought it was the convicted child, 12-year-old, raped a 12-year-old. I thought he was getting a whole, section of pedophiles watching, maybe looking for some young girl or something like that. Or I actually don't allow children on. I really don't film children at any time. I don't see any reason to. Anyway, so a lady stopped by a little while ago bringing me from a prohibited restaurant, Taco Bell, and she told me that she had seen some. She said, I've watched some of your videos. Didn't say she was a subscriber. She kind of gave you all away. Y'all are a little gossip circle. There's 191 groups within NEXTDOOR neighbor, NEXTDOOR app. 191 different groups besides the individuals. It's in Pflugerville, Texas. And apparently, I guess you can communicate just within your group without it going out to the entire world that's, has the NEXTDOOR app. And I need to tell you right now, I got a warning from Google. I permitted NEXTDOOR to access my contacts. They not only accessed my contacts, they went in deep. I still don't know how they came up with an address that was only written on paper and spoken to me, to my bank. If you trust NEXTDOOR app, you're an idiot. You're probably one of them idiots that has the Facebook app and the Messenger Facebook app, which is just all spyware. You're giving them access. You're giving them the power to delete, steal and delete photos in your own photo deal. And actually that's what happened to me. Why I had to take a break and reshoot this was that when I got in there, actually my memory maxed out. It looked like at first like it was part of it was just bloatware from the Android system. That's what they do is they bloat you out. And actually it's still, I've got to do some serious trimming. But I'm really good at, once I rack up about 30 or 40, 50 gigs of videos that I don't want to hang on to. I don't want to have to buy, a SanDisk to put them on and keep them somewhere or send them to my best friend and attorney and stuff like that. That's one of the things that really bothers me is that actually during that process, they somehow the message that I sent to Bruno, the text I sent to Bruno, I specifically mentioned the NEXTDOOR app. It doesn't show on my log. Think about that. I'm not a paranoid, bro. I just know this phone's encrypted. I keep everything pretty, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to allow NEXTDOOR to access anything, or how long there's going to be. I'm already getting the welcome wagon ladies sending me flowers, and the cookies are coming. You already know me. All you people see me every day long. You know what really bugs me is that I put in this exact address, and they actually are listing me in Orion Stonehill, whatever the hell that is. I assume it's somewhere near the Stonehill Mall, etc., in that area. Some development or something, some neighborhood. Well, I'm clearly not in that neighborhood. Let's get that straight. But your gossiping caused me to delete 8 videos that I liked in what I considered to be the good start to the final channel and chapter of my life. And she kind of gave y'all away. There's at least 3 parties here that really don't like me. One of them assaulted me. Well, not just assaulted, battered me repeatedly. Had to tell him to move your fag ass off or I'm going to fucking take you to town. 80-year-old man beating up on a one-armed 70-year-old guy in a wheelchair. You know who you are. You might have been the guy that actually said this. And please, I do not misquote people. You can see that I don't misquote people. She was kind of speaking in fragments, and she was clipping off things because she didn't want to give me too much information. And she said she had watched some of my videos. She was, you have the opportunity here to speak to me in full and complete, non-fragmentary sentences. And she said that something about maybe hearing about me through NEXTDOOR, and that someone on NEXTDOOR had been discouraging people from helping me, saying that he doesn't need any help. He's educated, was her exact words, that she was trying to counter that person. And yet she brought me a drink in which the ice was already melted, could be full of Miralax, and she brought me Taco Bell, which is full of like synthetic meat, soy, all those nasty, they may feel crisp, but and she told me to, she brought me a blessing, and if I didn't want it to bless somebody else, please, the few homeless people who come by here, you think they're really going to accept something that I don't want? And really, none of them have. I think even John he was being nice one time, and he probably ended up, because it was good quality stuff, they may have used it. But since then, he gets all the food he needs. He's got a pension going for disability from the military and stuff, but he still is like one of the you know, your receipt checkers at Walmart, the local Walmart here. A cool old bald-headed black dude. He's a nice guy. But he is like most people around here. We talk a few times and stuff like that, and then they move on. I understand that. The people that have tended to fixate on me tend to rapidly become really annoying or controlling or call me a liar, like the old man. This guy's so stupid. He really was. He really didn't understand anything about airplanes, aerodynamics, difference. Even the difference between, that's one of my videos. The difference between, you know, airspeed and ground speed and stuff. It's, gosh, I've just been dealing for it. Caused it actually, and I've had to explain. I've already explained how YouTube algorithms work. Is when somebody subscribes to me, then they begin suggesting your preferences to my homepage. And my subscribers go up and down. I expect after this one posts, I'll probably lose a few, I'll gain a few. I don't really care. You guys don't get it. I'm not on here trying to make money or anything like that. I'm on here to talk about things that I want to talk about. This is a log, and this is the recollections and ramblings of an old man. This is the final chapter of my life. I have 2 other channels that have done very well. Actually, the last one didn't do so good. It only got about 5,000 views, and I went up to about 50 subscriptions, and then went back down to about 33. But I finished the obituaries. I forgave my evil siblings. Not that they deserve to be forgiven. It's that I deserve some peace, and some distance. I need to be free of. I need that peace that comes from letting go of the hate before I die. I need a little peace before I die. I don't really need any of the shitheads on NEXTDOOR. See, this is not NEXTDOOR. You can't censor me, motherfucker. This is an adult channel marked not for kids. You ain't censoring my ass, motherfucker. This ain't the sweet NEXTDOOR neighbor with all our rules, and that's where that came from. Is somebody who is subscribed to me passed along some of my statements on sexuality, and then I got this fragmentary sentence of, what about Terry and Rachel? Terry and Rachel who, in regards to what, where, and when? I talk to thousands of people. I don't get around much, on foot or physically, but I do get around. I am a gregarious person. I am not a lonely person. I don't have that gene, but I do speak to people, and people seem to enjoy talking to me. For one thing, I'm a pretty good animated storyteller. I've had an awesome life of note. I'm sorry, the sun is breaking in on me. And I have a lot of scientific information, because most of you people listen to these so-called health experts and shit. I'm sorry I can't raise my hand any higher than that. It's taken me 8 months now, almost 9 months, to get the little bit of range of motion and strength that I have in my left arm. That old fucking man came up and started beating up on me. Ray did. He looked like one of them bully boys who just love. He probably made it to the rank of corporal or sergeant in the Army, and that was about it. I'm sorry. I might go 20 minutes here. I just don't give a shit. I really don't. I think I've gotten too many, because see, I don't read the positive reviews. I go straight to the negative. May have found a orthopedic surgical group that isn't, all stink-eyed on me. Without me having to leave the state to get my shoulder replaced. I actually don't even need the microphone and headphones. We're at 15 minutes now. I want to repeat, this is Pflugerville, Texas. This ain't Austin. I've really enjoyed not having my life threatened, usually minimum 20, on average, I wouldn't know what I'd call it, maybe 50 times a day. People telling me they're going to kill me, primarily because I won't give them a cigarette or because I'm white or straight or shit like that. And the people of Pflugerville have been very generous and stuff. I've just had several, meaning 3 or more, that have been extremely problematic. I'm sorry, it's really uncomfortable in this position. It's, and that's me grunting, trying to. Everybody keeps thinking, why ain't he pushing that wheelchair around? If you've ever seen me, I actually kick backwards, and I can't do that anymore. I learned that pushing backwards, because I'm not going to pull forwards, that really messes up my knees and hamstrings. And even pushing backwards, which I'm skilled at because I got good peripheral, and that was actually triggering blood clots. For those of you who don't understand the human circulatory system, don't give me any shit. Please, no more smack talking on my comments section. I try to leave my comments section on so people can get in touch with me, contact me. And actually, it was some bully that ran off. The highest compliment I've had so far this was a guy who was well-traveled. He was listening to the H.G. Wells, the labor company. H.G. Wells created the concept. I was just trying to flesh it out. A lot of you people think I'm just sitting around here waiting for somebody to give me something. No, I'm actually working on scientific and socioeconomic problems in my head all day long. I literally think many times faster than the average person. And I think in multiple things. I think in pictures. I really do have that kind of photographic eidetic memories and stuff like that. And I really hate people who misquote me. That's why I didn't misquote that lady. She just gave me a bare hint. And I saw right off the bat, was actually the first interruption in the last video was Google trying to get through to me, asking me if I had given permission for NEXTDOOR to access my contacts, and they went further than that. I'm telling you right now, unless you got like some kind of super firewall kind of thing or so on, actually I didn't have to grant them, but then they could also rejected me. I went in through Google. Google's already identified me. Why can't they just take Google's word? Been kind of bizarre today. A little girl came running up, a little tiny little thing, wearing pink and stuff like that. A little black girl, real cute. Handed me a $5 bill and stuff and says, "Bless you." And I go, "God bless you." I'm trying to get into just saying happy holidays to everybody so as not to offend, because Hanukkah's coming up and I'm a Jew and we're under global attack. And I'm wondering why all these people are not calling for Hamas to be immediately around the world, anybody associated with that shit, to be locked up for crimes against humanity, immediately arrested, brought before the world court for contributing to, aiding and assisting crimes against humanity, or direct act, actually doing the crimes against humanity. I don't actually feel safe in Pflugerville. There are too many people here that are, by their religion, allowed to deceive me. And I didn't really finish the story. And the whole time I'm thinking, as she's running back, because she actually got out of a vehicle that was just about to come up to the window at Starbucks. And in the back of my head, being a fatherly kind of person, even though I have no children, I'm thinking to myself instantly, it's just a natural, spontaneous thought, is not to be sound like a Karen or something, is what kind of parent would let a little girl, they're trying to teach the girl generosity and the Christian loving and caring, would let her cross one of the busiest intersections in all of Pflugerville, in which that stop sign over there is just they just blow through it all the time, high speed. They do. I've seen 40-mile-an-hour, left and right hand turns. There are 5 streets that converge right at the point in front of me, and although this morning there was no morning rush at Starbucks, that was unusual. I guess everybody slept in because usually from the hours from 5 to 9, everybody's in here getting their liquid meth. I got to have my liquid meth. I'm a hard-working, whatever. So I'm on to you. I know how you communicate now, and whether or not I want to go in and do an analysis. I've already done a couple of searches, and one person I was looked for, she apparently only communicates through her church group. She doesn't have a individual NEXTDOOR account in her current operating name as the high, whatever you call it, mufti of a particular council here in Pflugerville. It used to just drive me fucking nuts. If you want to come by and socialize with me, even though it kind of brings your status down hanging around, a homeless guy, a dirty homeless guy. Oh God, I'm actually having a look at renting another hotel room because I haven't had a good real. I've got a huge open seep on my edema seep that's never gotten infected. I have an awesome immune system, but it's slow to close. It's about at least 2 square inches plus. It's actually allowing the fluid in that leg to flow out, and I just need a really good scrub. It's going to eat seriously into my, just like, well, let me break off here because I'm going to try to do this under 25 minutes. I'm not a big fan of organized religion and stuff. Certainly not, because the movie I'm watching is about the Holy Roman Catholic Church and all their criminal, their anti-Jew, the Holy Roman, you Christians in general have been responsible for the torture and murder of at least 10 million of us Jews. That's what the last one was about, is that I'm a stealth Jew, I'm uncircumcised, so I can get past strip searches without getting killed, put in camps. I've been very tolerant of you Christians, except when you come to that point where you try to override me with Christianity or try to convert me. One guy was overriding everything I said. It was heading towards conversion. If you want to help out an old man who pinches pennies, and right now I'm talking about having this, I was actually going to say this may go 30 minutes. Just like all those Hamas leaders that were hiding in the hospitals, if you haven't seen the real video, unedited video of all the go bags, they had their uniform with their brass on it and stuff, and their AKs and their grenades and all this shit. And they were moving around while news agencies from America were filming them pretending to be doctors wearing lab coats. They had their uniforms. They were all, that's where the Hamas top brass was hiding, was in the hospitals. If you're one of these next door people who is any part or has any supports the Palestinians, if you're pro-terrorist, go fuck yourselves. And I'm sure a lot of you are. And it had to be probably through NEXTDOOR. I made a video. I hope I'm not repeating myself, because this is the second go round on this. I made a video on snuffling and sexuality. And the next thing I know is I've got some nameless, faceless, no subscriber YouTube channel that asked me what about Terry and Rachel. Didn't I already mention this? And it was a incomplete, fragmentary question, sentence. Terry and Rachel who, when, and where? Are you suggesting that they're like lesbians? Actually, in case you don't know it, I'm still talking about my buddy Bruno. I'll finish that's the gift of genius, is that explaining these super complicated things, going down the railroad tracks, you can go on a tangent and bring people back. I'm talking about NEXTDOOR before I make my conclusionary statement about organized religion and this organization, these 191 groups and stuff. Somebody pops up and takes a shot at me about like I'm offending somebody who may have been generous to me in the past and who I have no idea who the fuck they're talking about, because they don't want to give away, because they're running an anonymous viewing and attack YouTube channel. Well, I know you've been on YouTube for 10, 12 years. You've never posted any videos. You have no subscribers. I know you're primarily an attack channel. You're a church lady. You're one of them. So, despite the bad activities of Christianity, the bad activities of the Holy Roman Catholic Church, of which my friend tithes to, he gives them 10% of his income. He's a loyal, faithful man. But, and this is what I'm going to try to tell y'all, this is my final theme. This is the real theme. And I'm going to have to do it without puffing on a cigarette. This is to all you Christians and good Pflugervillians. That was delivered, obviously. Now I'm glad I got on the microphone. When I was a very young man, one of my mentors taught me that you don't judge people by what they say they are. They are what they do. You may say you're a good Christian, but if you do evil things all the time and damage other people, you're not what you say you are what you do. And I judge my buddy Bruno on the fact that the guy is just almost immaculate. I mean, I can't judge him by his association with a bad group. It's, that's the religion he was born into, he was baptized into. I'm pretty sure it was his father and his father's hard work ensuring other Catholics and farmers and stuff that allowed for the building of a huge Catholic church in Nada, Texas. I'm pretty sure his mom and dad, they pretty much funded probably most of that beautiful church. So I don't judge you by what you say you are. I judge you by what you do. If you want to be my friend, you have to be a real Christian and not do the things that Jesus told you not to do, which is don't go out weeping and wailing and praying, rending your clothes, and making an annoyance of yourself. I think that's the book of Matthew. Coming to a Jew, when I tell you I'm a Jew, you're supposed to leave me alone. That's it. Door closed. I give you a couple minutes, that's it. 20 minutes, you're just pissing me off. You are not what you say you are what you do. If you're an annoying asshole, then that's what you are. And if you think I'm going to eat this food that's been wrapped in paper, been open, stuff, you're fucking crazy. Under no circumstances would I eat food that arrives to me cold, the ice is melted, and shit like that, and I have no idea whose side that lady was on. You know, it's so easy to smile. You really should smile when you're handing them the poisoned chalice. Yeah? Why would you want to go, here, have a drink? Now you go, hey, try some of this. I like it. Then, like, pretend to take a sip when your side of the cup doesn't have the poison that you put on the cup and put in the wine. You're not what you say you are what you do.